As we continue to celebrate the legacy, the life, and the contribution of a great songwriter and artist, Bob Andy, I didn't think that it would be complete unless we spoke to someone who was a dear friend of Bob Andy, someone who knows him pretty much better than anybody else that I could talk to tonight. Welcome, of course, Miss Marcia Griffiths. Sister Marcia, how are you doing?
Well, I am giving thanks despite everything that is going on. We have to just give thanks, you know. But I am not doing too good since yesterday. I am just broken. My whole body is so numb. You know, I can't find the adjective to describe what I'm really undergoing. You know, the fact that he was waiting to see me, because we communicate every single day. Even when he's low and his voice got low, I still, you know, like 3-4 times a day I call. I'm always, you know, in communication. And the fact that he was waiting, asking me when I'm coming, and before I knew it, the airport was locked down, and I wasn't able to travel. And because I was in Europe doing some shows, you know, like 2 weeks before, because that's where I was when I spoke to him, and he called me to tell me what was going on. I was in England, and I said, don't claim anything, Andy. You know, just look to God. Don't claim it. I am coming. And he said, you know, he's waiting, looking forward. And the fact that I didn't get to see him and he didn't get to see me, you know, that is what is tearing me apart. The fact that I wasn't able to be there to hold him, to generate some positive energy, love, and life in his body. I am so sad. I am torn. I can't tell you how much. You know, we have lost such a national treasure outside of him being the man and the songwriter and the artist he was, you know. You know, it is just, I don't know if I'll ever overcome this, you know.
Let's speak about his contribution to the industry and how, you know, he also helped you in your career, you know, as the years went by. He was such a treasure, as you say, to our musical culture. And I don't think that many people know of his contribution and his songwriting ability. Bob Andy wrote some songs that will continue to last the test of time. And for the most part, you were right next to him. Talk to us about that.
Wow, I've never seen. I was recently in the studio voicing one of his songs called Life. And I hasten everybody to listen to that song, the lyrics in that song. And I had to take the earphone off, come out of the studio, and I said to TJ, Tads Jr., what manner of man is this? Where did he dig into to find these lyrics in this song? Because I'm voicing it now, so I was forced to hear what the lyrics is. And I had to call him and I said, Andy, I am voicing life, and believe me, I am just discovering these words that you have in the song. Where did you know, how you came up with them? It always amazed me how he comes up with these. He's not taking lines from books or verses or even to go in the Bible to take a line like most people would do. He went within himself. All the songs he wrote, it came out of his soul, deep in his soul. I am here as a testimony because all the songs he wrote for me in the 60s, like Melody Life, Truly, Mark My Word, Tell Me Now, Feel Like Jumping, I know how they all came about. Most of his songs like Desperate Lover, I Don't Want to See You Cry, it was from being together with him that inspired him to do all of these songs. So I know, I can testify how these songs came about. And I cannot imagine one person that could just think of a situation and just go within himself to write. He was just, you know, I can't find the adjective to describe somebody like that, the things that he comes up with. It is just amazing. And as you just said, even this generation can relate to some of the message that he has in his music. You know, a lot of times when I think about things that is happening, And I can find a Bob Andy song just like a Bob Marley to relate to the times. You know, that is one man thing that I don't know. God made those people special. And the most important thing for me is that having a God-given talent. Here is this man that I met in 1963 who wrote some songs for me and brought out the best out of me singing these songs, telling me how I should express them and everything. So it is such a blessing for me in my journey to have known this man. And I always say that in all my interviews, I have no choice than to mention this man, because I usually say that God had a plan for me when he allowed me to meet this man, because as a young girl, 12 years old, out there vulnerable, a young woman, you know, God knows what would have happened if I didn't meet this man. And he was there like a father, brother, guide, everything. So I cannot find words today to tell you how thankful I am that he blessed my life with his music and everything else, you know.
I was going to ask you, at what point in the early stage of your career did you realize that Bob Andy was a genius? When did it hit you? If I can go back in your memory, when did it hit you that, wow, I am, you know, in the presence of somebody that just has an unremarkable talent for putting words together and
well,
singing songs?
Believe it or not, Chin, I can honestly tell you today on the Sabbath day that it was 1964. When I met him in 63, he was rehearsing with the Paragons. Well, John Holt was not there as yet. And when he came to Studio One, when I started at Studio One in 64, and he came there and saw me, I think Mr. Dodd was the one who asked for him to write some songs for me. And that's when I realized how easy it took this man to put these songs together. You know, how effortless he would write songs, and for even him himself, really together, that we recorded at Studio One. You know, everything just came so easy, and I realized that this man is truly blessed. Honestly, that's from when I realized how great this man was.
What was the first hit song that he wrote for you, Sister Marcia?
Feel Like Jumping.
Feel Like Jumping?
Yeah.
And once that song took off, which one came after?
Melody Life. Melody Life came after, and then I had Mark My Word, Truly, Tell Me Now. All those Studio One songs were in the decade of the 60s.
Yes.
And they were all written by him.
Can I ask you this? And I know that everyone is waiting for me to ask you about this song, because it is absolutely one of the most treasured songs in our culture. Young, Gifted and Black. Marcia Griffiths and Bob Andy. Let's talk about that.
This was when we left Studio One in 69. We went to Harry J Records in 69, and I decided that I love this song